He's like, no, you actually totally went against my will, and now look at what you done. Hi guys, and welcome to Get Reviews and to this trailer review of The Death of Hope Part 2. So guys, I made already a review of The Death of Hope Part 1 and previously of the great and amazing creation of Astartes. Yes, I finally understand how this is pronounced because guys, I've been watching a few hours of Warhammer 40k lore and some of before that, so I've been watching hours upon hours, and yeah, I don't have any time, but in between my workout sessions, meal prep, everything that you can think of, when I'm just getting ready for anything, walking on the treadmill, I mean, when I don't consume any type of other content, I'm just listening to Warhammer for the past 1 week, and I'm a fan now. I'm very fascinated about the whole universe, but of course I cannot catch up with everything because it's so vast. I am putting a good amount of effort into it though, because I'm genuinely interested in this universe and extremely fascinated by its complexity and the layers of it, and just so amazing. And you guys have been giving me a ton of recommendations of what I have to watch and check out and cover, and it's been very interesting for me. So thank you very much guys. Of course I'm gonna try to catch up with everything. And now you can say that I am very much aware of Warhammer universe a lot more than I was when I first covered the Astartes masterpiece that he did. But now it's time to check out The Death of Hope Part 2. And now I really know that this is also made by only one person, which is absolutely amazing, and this is of course the channel Mark Lois Spark. I assume that that is his original name as well, and this is going to cover the Horus Heresy, so that's why I put this picture here of the Emperor, the Emperor of mankind, and Horus himself. So let's see now this creation.
You say you can picture it. I don't believe you. The heavens rained fire, and with it delivered to us the 13th. Warrior kings of Ultramar, slaughtering innocents. All that remains is but ash. False angels.
Just trying to remember which part of the heresy this covers exactly, because there's a lot to it. Wow, this looks amazing.
As the seas boiled and the earth burned, my faith didn't die.
You just fix the exposure here.
It is the moment I began to believe. God was real. And he hated us.
Amidst the system-wide warp storms, you've managed to reach us. The status of your flotilla will be sent to our tech priests. If I may ask, the damages to your flotilla, what was it you fought?
Goosebumps, how they
They
speak.
razed Monarchia to the ground. Humbled our legion. We are here to return the favor.
Oh, I know, I know.
Kingsman, what have you done?
Oh no. Oh gosh.
Why do this? God's light flickers in the darkness. The realm of the 500 shall burn. Horus is rising.
Oh Jesus, this is so nerve-wracking. Yeah guys, I think I know. So yeah, I think I have an idea what exactly this covers. This covers the period where the word bearers, those are one of the most pristine warriors of the emperor of all mankind. They basically decided to preach the word, which was the word of the emperor, obviously, like it's a religion which the emperor was very much against, but he was not aware that this is going on. It turns out that those word bearers, they're supposed to conquer other worlds and establish some kind of order and to integrate the already there populace into the human empire of the emperor, so to speak. But this conquering took a lot of time, and the emperor was wondering why they're taking so long. Turns out that they're taking so long because they were indoctrinating this illegal and false faith of the Imperium onto those planets that they conquered. So that's why it took so long, because they were literally creating all of this religious new ways of thinking, and they were imposing this belief on all the population there. And when the emperor found out about this, he was absolutely furious. So this was this exact moment where a strike of the capital of the planet Kur was ordered by the emperor. The capital's name was Monarchia. So the capital was the place where most of the churches, monuments were built. They were like the religious center of the whole planet that the word bearers built. They spent years and resources to establish. So the emperor absolutely killed everything and everyone and everything that was not able to evacuate from the capital. It burned it to the ground. The citizens actually sent a distress call to the word bearers because the people of the capital, they were innocents and they were wondering what the heck is happening here while we are under attack. They had no idea of the emperor, that he's gonna come and do something. They only knew of those angels, of the word bearers, because for them they were angels, and they believed in God, which was the emperor of men. But like I said, he didn't want to be perceived as God, not even a little bit, and he hated religion and tried his best to eradicate it from Earth and in general from the minds of people. The capital is pronounced Monarchia, but I've heard now two types of pronunciation, so I'm not sure which is correct. The word bearers, legion, arrived to answer the distress call of the people. They found the emperor's forces, the ultramarines, in orbit, sitting there, and they were like, what the hell you guys are doing here? So the word bearers were ordered to assemble planetside. The emperor went to the ruins along with 100,000 marines. All the word bearers, including Glogar, who was the initiator of all of this, were forced to kneel amongst all the ruins. Basically, the emperor was making a statement. He was like, "You're gonna kneel before me and before the ashes of the city that you tried so hard to build because of me. But now, look at what this brought you, because this is not actually my will." Their efforts were basically futile. They're totally screw up, in their duty. And the emperor basically was like, "I'm no god and no angel and no divine being. He was just a man, and no such belief is going to be permitted in his imperium." That was it. The emperor left. The Primarch was humiliated. The whole legion was humbled, so that's why they were being like, "We were humbled," in the trailer. And from there, this guy Logar was just absolutely crushed mentally, physically by this act of the emperor. It was like, oh, I just screwed everything up, everything that the emperor actually stands for. But I did believe that that was his intent and will. So he was basically misunderstanding the whole idea of the emperor, what he preached, what he fought for to establish so hard. He was totally going against that, and he basically was confused and hurt by what the emperor did. It was like he never really understood the emperor in the first place. And from that point on, Logar is going to do certain things in the future which are going to reach Horus, one of the main primarchs and warriors of the emperor, and from that the Horus Heresy is going to come about, and a lot of other things that and events that just incorporate one in one another to finally corrupt Horus and all of those things to happen. But everything started from here, you can say, from this major event, and how the emperor reacted to this, and all the lives that were lost, the legion that was humbled, and Logar that was basically humiliated. And this was also an event that was unprecedented for the emperor to act in such a way towards one of his primarchs. That is a major disrespect on the emperor's part. I mean, it's well deserved, but from the view of Logar, the being that he believed in all of his life and did so many things for him, now just slaps him in the face, spits on him, and all those things. Again, Logar wasn't right, but no matter if he was right or not, he didn't realize this. He was just extremely hurt, and that led to a lot of negative feelings and the rest of the event. So this took a long time, but I wanted to elaborate, since I did recognize what was going on here, what exactly moment this covers. It's a very, very, very small moment of what actually happened, but it does represent very good, if you can imagine it, how this legion was so humiliated and humbled. They were convinced that they were doing the right thing by the primarchs, and now the emperor comes in himself, the emperor himself, and he's like, "No, you actually totally went against my will, and now look at what you done. All of this destruction, all of this fruit of your labor destroyed." Destroyed because you wasted all of those time, you wasted the resources of the empire, you wasted, you persuade these people, now they're dead, you went against me, now I had to do this because of you. All of that was a huge betrayal from the perspective of the emperor and from the perspective of that legion, because they did believe that they were doing the right thing, worshipping the emperor, but he didn't want to be worshipped. So that was just huge. The seed was planted for the Horus Heresy that is yet to come. So that is it, guys, my coverage of the Death of Hope Part 2. And yeah, I understand now why is the Death of Hope, because leading to these events of the Horus Heresy, with the demise of the emperor, although he is kept alive in this vegetable state, but still, with him being in that state from here on out, humanity did went to a massive decline, and it's left to be ruled by humans that are a lot lesser than the emperor. And of course the emperor is not perfect. He did make some questionable decisions, questionable in terms of morality, all of those things, which to capture the essence of them and to understand them, you really have to like zoom out and watch from above and just think where this was all going. and the story is still being written. So maybe someday we're going to understand what's going to happen to the Emperor, and if he's going to somehow be, revived in a way, if that is even possible, and what is going to happen to the warp and all the demon gods that are there that are now getting stronger and stronger. And if the Emperor dies, humanity is even more doomed than ever. So if he truly dies, there's a lot to it, but the point is, guys, this is amazing moment captured. And basically, if you are a fan of the lore and of all of these bits and pieces of the history, how would you reenact this event or a part of it? Because here I see how this is imagined, all the Astartes that were from one side and the other side, how they must be feeling, because they're not robots, they're real human beings and soldiers that are enhanced, but I mean they have their personalities and their individuality. So how they must be feeling when all of these things are happening and they just have no control over it other than just listen to the Emperor and listen to the orders and do them, and all of a sudden, oh, those orders are totally wrong, but they are taught to follow the Primarchs because they think that the Primarchs are doing at the Emperor's will, but in this case that wasn't the case. So imagine being in that moment and your whole worldview is destroyed in that second, and something that you lived and died by. So imagine the impact of that. Just amazing, amazing. And it has so much heft to it, so much meaning and sense to it. So that's why I also got into it. And although it's so complex and vast, I love it. So that is it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, with me, Garage Reviews, guys. If you like to support me, you can check out the links down below to my OnlyFans, sex educational content, and physique updates, my fitness site for fitness coaching, custom meal plans, custom training plans, all of those things, Patreon, and Streamlabs for direct support. Thank you guys. Till next time with me, Gary G Reviews. Bye bye, and for the Emperor! Mwah.